Willie D Live.
What's up, family? There's an excerpt of the Richard Pryor show that debuted in 1977, making its rounds on social media. It depicts Richard and Robin Williams as archaeologists who stumble upon an ancient Egyptian tomb. This tomb, the contents of it is a book of knowledge, right? And this book, this big book that appears to be ancient, right? Richard opens the book up and he starts to read about all of these things that black people did, and all of the stuff that black people were responsible for and building. And it talks about how black people were the original man who walked the earth first. And while he's discovering all this stuff and he's saying this stuff out loud while he's reading, Robin Williams and the other two guys are going like, wow, they like, but you see the expression on their faces change like, oh hell, this can't be true. Like, we can't let this get out, right? It's true, but we can't let this get out, right? So Richard is like, man, this is cool, man. Black people, the music and the medicine. And they go, the medicine? They did all of this stuff, wait till the brothers get a load of this, man. I got to get this book out of here. The more and more Richard reads from the book, the more and more Robin and the other two guys start to become concerned about this information. So as Richard continues, he's like, yeah, man, the world needs to know about this, man. This gonna change everything, man. They're creeping out of the tomb and they finally get outside the door. They get outside of the door and they close Richard in the tomb. Like, nigga, we never letting this get out. So what was the reason that NBC gave for canceling the Richard Pryor show? A lot of speculation out there, but check out what they said. See, Richard's comedic style was known for being raw, uncensored, and often pushed the boundaries of what was considered acceptable for broadcast television in the 1970s. He tackled sensitive topics like race, sexuality, and politics with humor that challenged societal norms and network expectations. This led to frequent clashes with NBC's censors who insisted on numerous edits and changes to his material. For example, one unaired title card sequence showed Richard Pryor nude, albeit with genitals removed from a Ken-like doll, and another skit involved a rocker killing his white fans. Richard's resistance to these alterations contributed to the show's early canceling. But make no mistake, the biggest part was Richard was enlightening people about black people's contribution to the world. And as funny as it is, it was actually brilliant. But the reality is we're still living in those times. There's a black guy who recently went missing, but according to his mom, he is in a safe place, right? He invented a way to fuel a car with plastic waste. And he was like, look, I am going to take over. I'm going to take over the automobile industry. And this guy hopped on social media and he talked about a fear of being followed and people making threats on his life. So black inventors are still going through stuff like this and where people will steal our ideas. Now, we know about potato chips and peanut butter being invented by black people. But what many of us may not know is all of these other inventions that were created by black people, including the automatic clothes dryer, that's George T. Sampson, automatic elevator doors, Alexander Miles, improved ironing board, Sarah Boone. The folding cabinet bed, a precursor to the Murphy bed, Sarah Good. Home security system, Marie Van Britten Brown. She co-invented the first home security system in 1966. Lawn sprinkler, Joseph A. Smith. Protective mailbox, Philip B. Downing. Potato chips, I told you that George Crumb developed that, Chef George Crumb. Hair care system, Madam C.J. Walker. Automatic gear shift, Richard Spikes. 3-light traffic signal, Garrett Morgan. Gas mask, Garrett Morgan. Refrigerated trucks, Frederick McKinley. Multiplex telegraph, Granville T. Woods. Carbon filament light bulb, Louis Latimer. Electric microphone, James West. Color IBM PC monitor and gigahertz chip, Mark Dean. Super Soaker, Lonnie Johnson. First internet search engine, Archie, remember that? Probably not, they buried that too. The first internet search engine, which was called Archie, Alan Emtich. Almanac, Benjamin Benneker. The Art of Whiskey Distillation, Nathan Nearest Green. Let's talk about medical advancements. Blood Bank, Dr. Charles Drew. The first successful open heart surgery, Dr. Daniel Hale Williams. Cataract treatment device and technique, Dr. Patricia Bath. Control unit for pacemaker, Otis Boykin. I could go on, but I got other things to do. But I'm gonna hit you with a few more. The improved straightening comb. First laser surgical device. As I said, I got somewhere to go. Anybody got the time? By the way, the first American clock was invented by who? Ding, 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 ding. You guessed it, a black person. So when they try to act like black people ain't made no significant contributions to society, you give them the middle finger, but you also give them the facts. No more talk.